I think it worked.
Yes.
That's good every time. Well, hi folks. This is Richard Mitchell here with JC. I gotta look at my television so I know what you're seeing. So, boink. So, yeah. Now I'm in full frame. This is Richard Mitchell, reviews editor here at Joystiq, and this is JC Fletcher, managing editor here at Joystiq, and we're chatting via Wii U Chat.
Yeah, we wanted to do a video showing what Wii U Chat was like. It's like this. And then we thought we would answer some of your questions that you sent in on Twitter, so we would actually have something to talk about while we were doing this.
I'm just gonna have a swig of this delicious Diet Pepsi first. All right. Yeah. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh. Ah, yum.
Yum. Diet Pepsi, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
So,
What did you say, JC? Like, what? JC? That is inappropriate. By the way, this is absolutely the best thing to do with Wii U Chat is make your friends say fart.
sorry, everybody.
Yeah, this is a classy show. Let's see, I'm going to clear this whole thing. Boink. All right, so what kind of questions do we have about the Wii U?
All right, well, starting with a really simple one. How much does the GamePad weigh, and how far away can you get from the TV? And how long does the battery last? We have questions about that. Mm-hmm. Those are fairly simple.
Yeah, so you can get about 25-ish feet away, probably. And that's going to depend on, like, if you have, like, walls between you and the console and stuff like that.
And it weighs, officially the weight is 1.1 pounds. The thing is super comfortable, I think.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, the only time you might notice that it's kind of heavy is when you're holding it with one hand and using the stylus. And part of that's, too, just because it's kind of oblong. Like, it's not as small as a regular controller. But it's not, like, super heavy at all.
How is the latency with the old Wii sensor bar? It's another easy one. The GamePad doesn't actually use the Wii sensor bar.
Yeah, I will say that I'm using the old sensor bar, and I played a bunch of Nintendo Land and Tank, and it seems just like it always has been. I mean,
yeah. The GamePad uses its own tilt sensors for all of its motion stuff, and not really the pointer.
I was wondering how that works, like in Nintendo Land, because in the Ninja game, where you flick the stars at the screen, like there is a pointer on the screen. And I don't know how it knows where to put that.
Yeah, it must just be basing it on tilt, because you can flip the GamePad in either direction, and there's not.
Oh, really?
There's not an emitter on either side. So it must not be using IR at all. It uses infrared to connect to your TV to do TV remote stuff.
Right. That's interesting.
But not. Let's see. Trying to find any non-rude questions.
Why does the Wii U suck so much? How come Nintendo's not joining the next generation?
Have you been having any freeze issues? We just wrote about a couple of those. There are reports of freezing issues.
I have not encountered any freezes. I have heard some from fellow journo colleagues. I did encounter one weird glitch in Zombie U, where one of the zombies just like froze, like Tableau, just like here. I'll give everyone the full effect. Just like kind of froze in a doorway. And then I couldn't touch him anymore. It's like he was a statue. Like, my hits did nothing to it. And, I mean, it was a weird glitch. I was fine, though, because I was kind of terrified and he could no longer hurt me. So I just kind of shut the door in his face and walked away. Have you encountered any freeze issues at all?
No freeze issues, luckily. I will say that randomly, this chat, it took us about 5 times to set up the
Yeah,
call.
that's true.
We tried it before, it worked fine. I don't know.
Yeah, and I
And it's
played.
working fine now.
Yeah, I played Mass Effect 3 online this morning with no trouble at all. And we chatted before on this, and it was fine. And for some reason, I couldn't get it to work this morning, or while we're doing this, until I pulled the Wii U out further into the room and thus closer to my router, which is on pretty much the other side of the house. So I don't know what caused it, but I mean, it was fine before, so I don't know.
Yeah. And it's working now. Let's see. Freeze issues. Are any of the Nintendo Land games fun with fewer than 5 people? Oh, look at that.
I'm drawing on myself right now.
Yes, you are.
Well, the Balloon Trip one, that's only single player anyway, right?
Yeah, there's a set of 6 single-player games. And then stuff like, I don't know, Mario Chase. Some of them give you AI people. Like Mario Chase has one Mario, and if you have like one person chasing him, then it'll have a couple of little AI people who are surprisingly good at chasing down the Mario guy.
Yeah, I haven't played much of it single player. I mean, the Ninja game is single player, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And Balloon Trip isn't bad, or what they call it something else, don't they?
Balloon Trip Breeze.
That's right, Balloon Trip Breeze. But I mean, I think it's definitely better with multiple people. Like, can you play the Metroid one by yourself?
Yes, you can. I think it's not bad. Whoop, I touched the screen because it was going to sleep, and then I put a blue dot on it. Okay. Yeah, the Metroid game is... Oh no! Now everybody's going to see. It's especially fun if you're controlling the gunship thing with the Wii Pad by yourself.
That is neat. It is a very complicated game. I mean, you said as much in the review that it's surprising that Nintendo Land. It's not like Wii Sports. It's not like you can just dive right into it. You need to have some experience with video games, but it is very good though. Do we have any more questions?
Let's see. So many people are asking about the transfer process, and we have not tried that yet.
Yeah, part of the reason we haven't is that all the stuff that we get here at Joystiq, we eventually give it away. So that means eventually, a Joystiq reader is going to be getting both of these Wii U's that we have. And the thing is, the transfer is permanent. Once it goes on there, it's there for good. So we're kind of waiting to someone on staff to buy one. And the thing is, they're kind of hard to come by right now. I think Ludwig has one, so...
I will say it involves going into the Wii U menu. When you do Wii stuff, there's a special Wii menu that sort of emulates the Wii.
Yeah.
You go in there, and there's a transfer tool, and you have to download the same transfer tool on your actual Wii. And then it involves moving an SD card back and forth. And the SD card has to have at least half a gig open. And, somebody asked if the stuff that's on your SD card, like the Virtual Console and WiiWare games, will transfer. Mm-hmm. They will not. Also, every puzzle has a solution.
Can you point at the camera? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Just a touch of the stuff that's on your Wii system memory will transfer, and then for your Virtual Console and WiiWare games that are on SD card, those will not transfer in that process, but you will be able to re-download them from the Wii shop.
Okay, that's one of the questions we got before was you can't just take your SD card and put it in the Wii U and move those Virtual Console games. Okay, so that's kind of a pain. So if you have any saves or anything, those just kind of go away?
If you have saves on your SD card, I guess they would just go away. The stuff that's on your Wii system memory will transfer over.
Okay. That's kind of weird that you can't do that.
It's unnecessarily complicated, but it's a DRM type thing.
Yeah, and there are a couple things I don't know if you have any questions about it, but there are a few things that are sort of strangely complicated in the interface in general. So, like adding people to your friends list or enabling the friends list. Hey, I've got kind of Geordie going on. Wish you could animate it so that they would come down.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so like it took me a while to figure out how to put someone on my friends list, because you can go to Miiverse and you can send out a friend request to people, and like if you have their Nintendo Network ID, which is fabulous by the way, because it's just a name like a gamer tag or a PSN name. You say add to friends list, and it'll tell you you have to enable friends list. You have to turn on your friends list first, and it doesn't tell you how to do that. But it's in your user settings, I think.
It was hard to find. It's only available in the friend list, which you only find by hitting the home button, and it pops up, and it's the left icon for your friends list, and there you have to do your initial friends list settings.
Okay.
So you can be messing around in Miiverse for hours and not figure out how to add friends.
Yeah, and I think you can even still like choose to follow people on Miiverse, sort of Twitter style, and they're not technically on your friends list. So it's kind of confusing at first, and it doesn't really guide you through it.
I spent a while trying to add Katsuya Eguchi, the Animal Crossing producer, because they had a bunch of welcome messages when the thing launched on Sunday. And so when I finally got my friends list set up, I went back and I was like, yeah, I'm going to add all these Nintendo people, and they do not accept friend requests from anyone.
Well, you can only have 100, so they got to be choosy.
Right. At the time, there were 4 people on Miiverse, though.
Oh, well, yeah. That's cold.
Yeah, ice.
All right, what else we got?
Oh, this is a fun one. Let's see. How far from... Oh, no, we answered how far the console. How's switching from playing with TV to controller only?
It's pretty great, actually. I mean, in all the games that support it, I think it works really well. I don't know if I can do an Angel. I was playing Mass Effect 3 earlier today, and it's pretty simple. You just hold down the minus button, and it will just transfer the game to the pad. So you just play from that. I will say, and we talked about this in the editorials and stuff before, it's a really great feature, and it's one of my favorite features, actually. And it's
a little unfortunate that there's not like a universal way to do it. Like in Ninja Gaiden, you have to go into the settings menu, and then in other games, like Mario, it's just on both screens all the time. But some games you just hit a button. Some games you have to go into a settings menu.
Yeah.
Some games like Nintendo Land, you can't because it uses both screens all the time.
But I mean, I'll say like, as someone like, I'm married, and sorry, ladies, and in some games, when you share space with someone, sometimes they want to watch something that you don't want to watch, or they want to use the TV. So like being able to play a game on this and not bug other people is great. Like not only that, but like in the morning when you just want to be quiet or something like that. Oh, my phone's ringing. That's professional. I'm gonna go make that stop. You read another question.
Yeah, Richard was saying that sometimes when people want to watch TV, you can switch over to the GamePad. I also think it's nice for if you're gonna play, say, Bayonetta's coming out, and maybe you don't want people to see you playing that. Maybe you don't want people to see what's going on the screen when you've got Bayonetta on. And you can just switch over to the GamePad.
Oh man.
Or you don't want people to see you're playing Batman, and you don't want people to see you spend 2 hours running from phone to phone doing some inane side quest.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of relax with that with some TV going.
Well, yeah, one of the things you said in the Batman review was it's perfect for just hunting around for Riddler trophies when the game doesn't really need your full attention. And you can just kind of go around and do that while you're watching something on TV. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes it enables a much more casual style play. Okay, I don't know if we can answer this. Have you tried any Wii stuff on your TV, like original Wii stuff?
I haven't tried any original Wii games yet. No.
There's kind of conflicting reports about whether or not it upscales, and I don't know how technically I would check that because I'm not going to count pixels on my TV or anything like that. Everything I've played on the Wii has looked exactly the same.
I mean, if I had to guess based on Nintendo history, I'm going to say it probably doesn't. I'm going to say it's probably emulated as it was. I mean, the Wii did what, 480p max, so maybe it'll do that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe. But
it could naturally look better outputting from HDMI versus...
Yeah, that's true. But I think there are a lot of videos of like 720p Wii and GameCube games out there that people have done on emulators. So I mean, I think it's only a matter of time before someone confirms it or not.
Right. Well, it definitely doesn't look like a game upscaled using one of those emulator programs.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are very clearly much better looking than a Wii output. But this, like, you put in Sin and Punishment 2, and it looks like Sin and Punishment 2.
Okay.
Which everybody knows. See if we got any questions about Nintendo TV. Can't answer any of those because it doesn't exist yet.
Not until December, folks. I did try Netflix.
Can you tell us a little bit about Netflix?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it works fine. It's, the basic interface that you would have on like a DVD player or something like that. It's just, the box art, in a row. It's not, super fancy and kind of annoying like the Xbox, user interface. One nice thing is you do basically all the selection for what you want to watch on the pad, and you have search and genres and stuff like that there, and you can watch pretty much whatever you want. And you can also, just like a lot of games, you can zap the image from your TV down to the GamePad itself if you want to do that. Now, the one thing I've noticed is that the GamePad is pretty good for game audio, and but it doesn't get that loud. And I think if you're trying to pay attention to a movie, or even a longer game that has a lot of dialogue and stuff like that, you're probably going to want to use some headphones, because the speakers are fine, but they just don't get too loud. But the experience is fine, although I do notice the resolution more when watching a movie. You can kind of tell that the resolution on the screen isn't that great. Of course, it's also streaming video, so you have that on top of it.
All right. It's really hard to tell in games that this thing isn't as good as the TV.
It looks.
I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, it looks like Mario. It looks great.
It looks better than a Wii game.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's outputting pretty much Wii resolution on the GamePad.
Yeah. No, it looks great. I love it.
Those are just about all the questions we can answer.
Let's see. So the Wii U, like 3.5 out of 5. Like how many stars?
How many stars?
Yeah.
Someone's gonna
take it seriously. You know what? I'm gonna give you a little beret.
Oh, that's my reviewing beret?
Yes.
You know what? Playing games on the Wii U. What is that? A little mustache?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little pencil mustache.
All right, yeah. Can you fill it out a little bit so it's not so Hitlery?
There we go.
Thank you.
All right. So
playing games on the Wii U is neat. The GamePad is really, really neat. There's a lot of super weird problems with it that are just unfortunate. They're not really a big deal. Like the hour-long system update was annoying.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of load time when you're trying to switch apps. That's kind of irritating.
That's the
I
Eiffel
like playing
Tower.
games on it.
That's not something dirty. That's the Eiffel Tower.
It looks pretty filthy. I can't believe we're going to end on this. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody. Maybe we'll do this again. Probably not. This was, in retrospect, maybe an awful idea. So, bye. Oh, now you get to watch the cool, watch how everything fades away when you hang up. So.
Loop.